Good morning. I'm Dr. Yogesh Salphale. I'm a practicing orthopedic surgeon in a place called as Chandrapur, Central India. I'm going to talk something which is very close to my heart. The physical fitness is a first requisite of happiness. Who won't agree to this fact? Everybody loves physical fitness, may it be in a simple exercise, a simple walk, or even just climbing the stairs. It's just simple, mundane activities which come under the gambit of physical activity. And now, why exactly is physical activity stressed upon in these days? Many a times, physical activity is often ignored. And as a clinician, I come to see a lot many people, lot of my patients who undergo a variety of physical changes. Now, to sum up a lot of things, physical exercise is one of the most important backbone of a normal, healthy living being. It impacts the overall health of an individual with a substantial influence on the musculoskeletal system. So, this is one of the most important points what I'd like to stress. As an orthopedic surgeon, I am pretty sure most of the orthopods scattered all over the country as well as all over the world, they have a firm stress on doing some sort of a musculoskeletal exercises. It can be a daily workout in the form of which forms a physical basis of a physical workout. It can be going to the gym, it can be swimming, it can be running, cross country hiking, or some sort of an exercise. So it is one of the most important activities. And you know what exactly does it do? It stimulates the various systems of the body, and it maintains a physiological, physical, biological, as well as the functional well-being of an individual. So how does that affect? It stimulates the muscles, most important element of a musculoskeletal system. It stimulates the muscle. It increases the lung capacity, which is absolutely essential these days. We have just gone through a very bad patch of COVID. So it increases the lung capacity and also increases and improves your cardiovascular health. Now, what exactly is the cardiovascular health are we talking about? We are talking about imagining the heart, which has all the variety of blood vessels engulfing all the musculature of the heart. So this helps in opening up the collaterals of the heart, thereby giving the much needed blood supply to the myocardium. At the same time, it helps to control various diseases such as obesity, hypertension, diabetes, a variety of cardiac malfunctions, and many other chronic imbalances. This is absolutely essential because there is always a propensity of getting this sort of chronic ailments as you age. And believe me, if you are in a perfect physical health, you are in a better way keeping all these ailments away from you. Being active also helps in your emotional, psychological, and the social well being of a person. So, how does that do? Now, imagine you are sitting in an office and two people come to your chamber. One is an extremely obese guy who is panting, who is sweating, and you can see he is having trouble even talking to you because of the obesity. So you make a firm impression about that boy or that girl or that lady woman, whatsoever it be. On the second aspect, there is a person, slim and trim, coming over with a nicely well structured, sculpted body, and immediately your perception of that person changes. This perception is what makes you aware about the importance of a physical health. Now, it doesn't matter on what state of physical health you are, but one thing is damn sure that a person who has a perfectly fit body, it gives a positive vibes for you to develop that particular sort, that particular frame of a body. It also provides a better social life as it facilitates societal movement and communal interaction among the people. As a doctor, it's always imperative that you maintain a good health and you make a mark which will have an impact on the society. It is always essential that you get into some sort of physical activity amongst the many things. Having a perfectly fit body, the mind being one of the most important elements, helps in maintaining a emotional well-being as well. Now, the trend of healthy living is more popular now than even before. 50 years ago, 30 years ago, this concept was not so much ingrained into our society. But as more and more social media platforms are engulfing into the internet and into the young population, this is now sweeping across the nation that physical fitness is indeed a key. You see lot many Instagram videos, lot many things on the Facebook, and it helps you to be aware about how and why being physically fit is important. More and more are thinking about what they are eating. There is a lot of hue and cry about the junk food which is being sold by all the fast food outlets. May it be the fast food chains spread all across the world and which are finding their places in India. But at the same time, the young people are pretty conscious. You can see it from the number of sales of the protein supplements going all across on the gym and off the gym. I won't say it is a very welcome change because there are a certain drawbacks even after consuming that thing. But believe me, this is just a tip of the iceberg of the society who is now slowly shifting into a fitness mindset. There are times when you need to detox your mind as well as your body. And detoxing your mind and body has got a lot of beneficial effects on your body. The positive effects of increased energy level have a knockoff effect and gives you more energy to have a more time, making you more active and giving the best version of you. Believe me, detoxing your body gives the best version of you by which you can lead a more productive life. The three basic elements, what I would like to say, is you have to eat healthy, sleep nicely, have minimum 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and have a positive work life balance. These are the most important things and the three ingredients of self care. And if you know you can get the three elements, you will definitely benefit. So, the three elements I'll stress again is healthy eating, a healthy sleep, and a perfectly normal or near normal a work life balance. Changing your lifestyle doesn't mean you have to do a huge transformation. Believe me, you don't need a huge transformation. A subtle alterations from your routine can definitely make an impact. Think what you're eating, reduce the amount of toxin you are putting into the body, incorporate more proteins, fibers, and nutrients in your diet. This is going to increase your energy and vitality and happiness. So, why not do that? It's not at all going off the track and getting all that thing. These are the things what you have it in your uh, nearby grocery store. To create healthy habits, you need to have an equally good amount of sleep. Take a nice good shower in the night if you want. Stay away from all the electronic gadgets 2 hours before your time to sleep. Read some nice good books. Read some nice good music. These are all the things which have been tested and proven to get a good night's sleep. And as you age, your sleep pattern alters. Stick to the routine schedule. Stick to your favorite pillow. Stick to the same music, soothing music, and sleep with a lot of gratitude as you sleep. It's important you keep your mind active as well as your body and work. And this will be great. Take time for your home. Spend time with your family and kids. Take small breaks which will rejuvenate your body. Detox yourself completely from the humdrum of life because this is your me time, this is your family time, and this is in a lot of way going to improve and help in your personal and the physical well-being what you are supposed to do. Exercise is supposedly one of the most important parameters for maintaining the physical health. Exercise, the better you feel physically, the more you feel mentally. Imagine a case of a person who is damn tired. He goes to the gym. Now, the effect of gym is you go into the gym and you see a variety of people doing all sort of exercises. So even if a person per se, he enters into the gym with a hope that he's not going to do any sort of a workout, but the community spirit comes into the play and he starts doing some sort of an exercises. And at the end of 30 minutes, he definitely feels much better. He's confident and the feel good neurotransmitters what are there are definitely going to take over him. We should go for an exercise classes, we should go for a biking, or you should, whether it's raining or anyway, excuse is not an answer. Remember how best you felt when you had ignored the excuse and had gone into exercising. This is the thing what your feel good neurotransmitters were. So I'm going to speak a little bit about the neurotransmitters in a couple of ways. And last but not the least, before I move on to the next thing, is you have to eat right. Have an adequate amount of proteins, fibers in your diet. Getting too much of carbs, though it is essential, but may not be absolutely must for a physical well-being. There is no really good substitution for getting the endorphins and improving your physical and mental well-being. The final step towards your healthy living lifestyle is it rests within you. Now, coming to the important point, what I would like to stress. Way back when we were studying medicine, when we were into the first year of anatomy, there is often on the anatomy tables, the brain used to be there. And as a medical students, we used to just see the various sulci and the gyria. The sulci and the gyri, these are the important elements. But at the same time, there were a few areas of the brain, prefrontal cortex, right in front here. So now what exactly is the role? Its important role is the decision-making ability. It helps in your focus, and it also attention, and it determines how your personality is. The second key area located is the temporal lobe. So what exactly is the temporal lobe? Why is it important? Because deep in the temporal lobe is a place called as hippocampus. And this hippocampus is one of our most important key structure and which is critical for your ability to form and retain a new long-term memory. So, as essentially you try to decode, and as neuroscientists came up with more and more research about these two cardinal areas of a human brain, they have come to a conclusion that stimulating this activity, these areas in the brain, have a very, very positive effect on your physical health. Now, imagine a case, a person with altered prefrontal cortex. His activities decline, though he might be fit as a person, but there will be difficulty in his decision making. He would have lost his focus, his attention, and the altered effect on the personality of that person will be seen. Remember, exercises changes the brain's anatomy, physiology, and function. Now imagine the triathletes, the people who participate in long distance marathon, the triathlons. These are all the people who have been consistently training their brains. The very first moment when they get into the running track, they are unaware. And the one question which keeps on troubling them, which keeps on banging their head, why am I doing this? What's the fun? Why should I be doing all this stuff? Now, here comes the long term effect. Doing it on one single day is not going to make a difference. This is that repetitive impact of the exercises, which makes a lot of impact. It impacts your brain's anatomy, the brain's physiology, and function. The hippocampus on the temporal lobe, it produces the new brain cells, and that actually increases its volume and improves your long-term memory. Surprising? Yeah. If not, check out the book called as The Peak, written by two authors who have done extensive research on the brain, on the neurotransmitters, and they have found in the study that the hippocampus was most developed on the taxi drivers in London because London has got an extensive network of roads within the city, and taxi driver has to have all these routes by heart because he can even say that this particular shop is next to a logo which has a Starbucks on the aisle on the window which has a broken S. So these are all the memory patterns which are based on how the hippocampus is developed. Now, long-term effect of the exercises is also improving your attention function, which is based on the your prefrontal cortex. You not only get to have a better focus and attention, but as you exercise, the volume of hippocampus also grows well. And finally, it has got an not only an immediate effect on the mood and exercise, but they last for a long time. So you get a long lasting increase in those good mood neurotransmitters. That is what I was talking about. Because before we were a bit aware about the feel good neurotransmitters, we were just pushing that we need to exercise. But as science increases and as the understanding of the neurotransmitters increase, these are all the things what happen. Your brain is like a muscle. Remember, your brain is like a muscle. The more you're working, the bigger and better becomes your prefrontal cortex and the hippocampus. Because these are the two most important areas of a brain that are susceptible to the neurodegenerative diseases and the normal cognitive decline in aging. As you age, you might have a stroke, you might develop Alzheimer's disease, you might have a variety of other diseases, but predominantly these are the areas which are most susceptible. So, what do you suggest? That should we have an exercise or no? The importance of getting exercises to these two parts is that even though you are affected by these neurocognitive degenerative disorders, keeping a healthy hippocampus and a prefrontal cortex delays the onset of these disorders to a greater extent. And believe me, after an extensive and a good physiotherapy, there is a high possibility that your return to a normal function will be much better than those who are not doing into this thing. I'm going to the first news, you don't have to get an athlete. So why I am going to stress on the physical fitness? You don't need to be a triathlete or do you have to be a regular runner or doing something. The rule of thumb is 3 to 4 times a week is absolutely okay. Just 3 to 4 times. It can be Sunday, Saturday, weekend, or anywhere else. 30 minutes of exercise session is equally good. You can do a good aerobic exercises where your heart rate goes up. You should have breathing, you should grasp for breathing. Only then your heart rate goes up. And you don't have to go to the gym. Take a stairs. If you're on the fifth floor, your office is on the fifth floor, seventh floor, climb your stairs. Avoid the lifts. If you are having a smartwatch, count the number of steps you are having. They say 10,000 steps is the golden thing. But still now, the literature says 10,000 is not at all a good thing because there are many alterations, variations, false positive results as you are wearing a watch. So leave apart that. You are your own judge to decide how much of aerobic exercises you are doing in a particular week. Exercise in your life, an important point is it will be make you much more happier, will have a more productive life, but it will also protect your brain from a neurocognitive disorders and many incurable diseases. And believe me, this is going to change your trajectory of life for better. So there is no really a good substitute for getting all the feel good transmitters, which are definitely going to help your body, definitely going to strengthen your prefrontal cortex and the hippocampus, and improving your physical and mental health. The final step towards your healthy living is physical exercise. So, colleagues, I wrap up now, and I feel that this physical exercise, small talk, should be definitely incorporated into your daily routine to have a fantastic life ahead and keep the neurocognitive degenerative disorders away from you, the cardiac diseases away from you, the hypertension way away, the obesity away, all the chronic ailments. Believe me, as you age, you are going to have an arthritis of the knee. Develop good and strong muscles, develop nice, good posture, develop good calf, develop good quadriceps exercises. You will keep the degenerative diseases way ahead in your healthy lifestyle. Thank you very much. Remember, a perfectly good physical exercise gives you a perfectly good mental as well as physical health. Thank you very much.